The villains of My Little Pony had good reasons to do what they did, and I'm gonna prove it to you. Hey beautiful people, I'm Julie, and let's see what motivated each villain in the show. The first two villains are Nightmare Moon and Starlight Glimmer. Both had pain as their motivation, and more than that, they have both become villains because of their feelings and loneliness and rejection that grew inside them. Think about it. Princess Luna felt sad and alone because Pony slept through the night and never enjoyed what she offered. This way, she rebelled and wanted to start an eternal night, so she would be recognized by her task of raising the moon every night. She was corrupted by the feeling of rejection and just wanted to be loved by someone. Starlight lost his friend, Sunburst, as soon as he got his cutie mark, which left her alone and scared to make friends with anyone else. She grew up with this feeling of solitude, blaming the cutie marks for taking her friend. Then she started a village where every pony gives up its cutie marks, saying that true friendship only happens when everyone is equal, not a tiny bit more talented than anyone else, and that special gifts only brought disharmony. If both these characters weren't rejected or abandoned, probably they wouldn't have developed these negative feelings that made them evil. In a certain way, Tempest Shadow's traumatic past molded her character just like it did with Starlight Glimmer. Tempest had two best friends when she was young, and their dream was to enter Princess Celestia's School of the Gifted Unicorns. But when Tempest got into a cave and found Yusa Minor, she was attacked and got this scar on her eye and a broken horn. This is already traumatizing enough for a kid, but after that, both of their friends drifted away from her and managed to get into the school they so much wanted. That means they've moved on from Tempest, abandoning her completely. After that, Tempest moved away from Equestria and grew up with many difficulties and a resentment in her heart, which made her become Storm King and start a life on the dark side. And speaking about Storm King, he and King Sombra have their similarities. Both kings were motivated because they wanted more and more power, like a more vanilla villain. Let's put it that way. King Sombra's past is explored mostly in the comics Friendship is Magic, where it's shown that it was an orphan unicorn found near the Crystal Empire and raised by the sisters Hope and Radiant Hope on the orphanage. Since his early years, he suffered from a terrible pain every time he came near the Crystal Fair, which left him feeling dislocated and different from others. One day, Radiant Hope found out about Sombra, that he was a creature of the shadows, destined to become a dark being, and although she promised she would change his destiny, Sombra surrenders to the dark side when he finds out about the Umbra, a being created from darkness and shadow who is evil by its nature. He ends up rebelling against the Crystal Empire in order to take its lead and assume that no one would ever treat him like a monster. In my opinion, King Sombra basically didn't have a choice, since he is a shadow creature who is naturally destined to become evil, meaning the chances of him being good are very low. If you agree with me, leave a like in this video, but if you don't, comment your opinion. I would love to hear it. Now, Storm King is the main villain of My Little Pony, the movie from 2017. Unlike other villains in the series, he doesn't have a clear past, which was explored in the movie or comics, but we have some hints of his motivations. He is a ruthless conqueror that wishes to obtain magic in order to become a supreme ruler of Equestria. He had already conquered many lands before the movie's events, always in search for more magical power to increase his strength. In the movie, he says that he doesn't have magic on himself and wants the power of the alicorns in order to change that. He also shows to have a great resentment because he is seen as a weak and magicless being, which can point that his search for power comes from a feeling of inferiority, and he wants to prove that he is superior to others. His cruel personality mirrors a wish for power and conquer all of these who underestimated him. Just like King Sombra, Storm King reaches for absolute power to surpass his own weakness. He doesn't just want to conquer, he wants to be respected and feared, building raw strength to make up for the lack of magic. The difference is that he doesn't have have a tragic past like King Sombra. King Chrysalis and Lord TRex have both something in common, an unstoppable seek of power linked to the concept of hunger. In Chrysalis' case, it's literally hunger. She has the subject's need to feed from love in order to survive. Now, in TRex' case, it's a desire to absorb all the magic in Equestria. Chrysalis was always motivated by the survival of their hive. As the leaders of the changelings, securing her subjects' food was always her top priority. For that, she planned a lot of schemes, like in the Canterlot wedding at the end of season 2, where she disguises herself as Princess Cadence and tries to feed from Shining Armor's love. For Chrysalis, survival of her species comes in first place. She doesn't care about a more peaceful alternative. This is made clear when the changelings go through a positive transformation, led by TRex in the end of season 6. Seeing her own subjects rebel against her, only increasing her lust for power and vengeance. Now, Lord TRex has his hunter linked to his wish for magic and strength. He appears for the first time in the two-part episode Twilight's Kingdom at the end of season 4, when he escaped Tartarus after being stuck there for centuries. TRex was born in a distant land and raised alongside his brother Scorpion. When he discovered the amount of magic that resided in Equestria, he saw an opportunity to become invincible. But his ambition betrayed his family since Scorpion chose friendship and warned the princess about him, and TRex remained focused in absorbing the power of other ponies. His search for strength led him straight to prison. But even after escaping, he didn't learn his lesson. Each time he absorbed magic, his hunger for more only grew, never getting satisfied. His brother's betrayal didn't only make him resent his family, but also reinforced the idea that trusting others is a mistake. For him, accumulate power is the only way to guarantee that no one can even betray him again. If we really think about it, both him and Chrysalis are stuck in their traumas and never were able to get over them. Chrysalis feared losing her position as queen and failing her people, while TRex fears being vulnerable and weak like he was in the past. They become villains because they can't deal with their fears in another way. Do you think that justifies their actions? Comment it down below. Discord being a bee in chaos and disharmony simply does that he does because of his nature. So he doesn't need a deep reason for a tragic past. He is chaotic in his essence and acts this way because of its way of existing. In his first appearance in the two-part episode The Return of Harmony, he returns to Ponyville in a true chaotic amusement park just because it's fun. He likes to see things going out of order and the pony's reactions in the middle of chaos. Deep down for him, harmony is tedious and chaos is the only way to give life to the world. His reasons revolve around his own nature. Discord is chaos itself, so he doesn't care about revenge. He just likes to shape the world around him into something fun, which reminds me a lot of Alice in Wonderland, with Alice and all of her gang. At the end, we see that Discord isn't an evil folk. He just joins the main six side and helps them with many occasions throughout the series. Cozy Gold is a really intriguing villain, exactly because she is different than the average antagonist in the series. She isn't a powerful magical creature or a celestial entity. She is just a regular pony, but one with a heck of an ambitious, manipulative mind. She appears for the first time in the episode Marks of Effort from season 8, but only had her true nature revealed in the last episodes of the season, when she tries to drain all the magic in Equestria. What makes Cozy Glow so peculiar is her search for absolute power and control, but not motivated by revenge, survival, or chaos like the other characters. She just dreams of being the most powerful pony of all time. She believes that friendship is equal power and that by manipulating others to become her friend, she can reach a more powerful position. But she is really a young character, and that raises the question of how someone so young developed such a twisted view of friendship. We know almost nothing about her past, and maybe she has grown up without a great example to be followed of what are the real friends and what power can be earned and not conquered throughout manipulation. The point is that while While most villains have their clear motivation like a trauma or loss, Cozy simply doesn't, as she just wants to be powerful because she thinks that's how the world works. This makes her a really different type of villain. She's someone who uses a positive concept, friendship, to achieve something negative. And what about Groger? During season 9, we believe that Groger is the supreme villain gathering previous villains such as Chrysalis, TRex, and Cozy Glow to form an evil alliance, which is smarter enough to seems like it could work. He appears for the first time in the episode The Beginning of the End Part 1 from season 9, presenting himself as the former ruler of Equestria, who was defeated by Gusty the Great. But at the end of season, after some turn of events, we find out that he was Discord on Skies. Many fans believe that the true Groger is still to come. After all, his legends do exist and he was mentioned before as a legendary and powerful figure in the episode A Fury of Emotions from season 7, where his story is told as part of Equestria's folklore. This raises the question, did Discord come up with the story, or did he simply take advantage of a legend that already existed? I don't think it's worth to dive any deeper in that matter, since it was Discord all along anyway, and he wanted to test the main 6 to know if they were ready to deal with a real threat, like if everything they have done wasn't a real threat, am I right? If we think about it, each villain mirrors a different lesson about human emotions and overcoming traumas. Do you think that after seeing this side of things, their actions are justified? Comment it down below so we can debate about it. Thank you a lot for watching this video till here, and hasta la vista!